day. Day by day. We get better and better. We get better and better. So we can't beat beat. We can't beat beat. Let's go!
It's game time. It's game time. Colors painted on. Watch the star up the show.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
It's game time. I don't know about your squad, but it ain't 1-8 with mine. Put your knuckles up. Get in the game. Better watch where you step like in your lane. It's game time. It's game time. It's game time. It's game time. It's game time.
On location, TV 19 and Town Square Television bring you classic suburban conference boys varsity football from Mahtomedi High School. It's Mahtomedi versus St. Thomas Academy, a classic matchup of two really solid squads. Usually one of these two teams has a great chance of going to the state tournament. And I am Johnny Kane, proud to bring you this matchup, joined by Brian Gadsky. Brian, you've seen St. Thomas. Most of our followers on location TV 19 and people in general know a lot about Mahtomedi. What can you tell us about St. Thomas Academy?
St. Thomas is usually a team that's got a pretty balanced offense. We're going to see them run the football. We're going to see them throw the football a lot. Here's a look at the classic suburban standings right now. You see St. Thomas at 3-0 right there. Mahtomedi in fourth place at 2-1. And these two teams, as you said, you're familiar with Mahtomedi. These two teams typically play each other pretty tough. Last year, Mahtomedi got the edge on St. Thomas, 20-13. That game was in St. Thomas, so home field advantage looks to be big for the Zephyrs tonight.
Yes, and you know, speaking of Zephyrs, it is sort of a windy night here in Mahtomedi, but it's beautiful weather. It's perfect temperature. And the crowd is large on the Mahtomedi side. The stadium seems to have gone through a revamping since the last time I was here. It's bigger, it's better. The press box is even bigger. I'm excited for this game, and we're going to have Mahtomedi kicking off first, and they'll be on defense. St. Thomas Academy has some big guns that we're going to be watching out for tonight, including their great quarterback, Ben Fears. And you know, I happen to think, Brian, that a lot of Mahtomedi fans that are still coming into the game are going to have to sit on the St. Thomas Academy side.
Yeah, this is quite the atmosphere here. We saw all the fans in the parking lot tailgating before the game, and what a beautiful complex this is.
It is, really. I mean, I'd like to send my kids to school here in Mahtomedi, but I don't have any, so that doesn't matter right now. But if I could, this is one of my top choices.
Maybe someday.
Yes, and it is Hall of Fame night. Introductions tonight will be at halftime for some lucky Mahtomedi Hall of Fame class members, and we'll go over that later throughout the game. We're going to kick off. And a big boot from the 40, taken from about the 7-yard line, and here comes St. Thomas up the far sidelines, and looks like up to about the 26-yard line. That was a pretty good run back there.
Carter Vanasek on the return.
What do you know about St. Thomas Academy this year? Do you think they have what it takes to go all the way?
I do. St. Thomas, year in and year out, they put out a very good product on the football team. Very well disciplined, very well coached. And I think this is going to be a really close contest here.
Fears drops back to pass, his first of the game, and it's a completion to about the 27. And a nice catch there by a big man in Jalen Patterson, senior, 6'2", 175. He looks bigger than that.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're seeing, what we saw there on the opening play. That's what we're going to see out of the St. Thomas offense. They'll throw some short passes. They'll run the football really effectively. Continue with a very, very balanced offense.
That was a 5-yard gain. Now we go run right. This one past the 30. And that was Nick Matzel, number 26, the junior 5'8" running back. He's only 155 pounds, but he did not get the first down. It's 3rd and 1. Here's a run. And this one does have the first down. Looks like a bigger back there.
A little hurry-up offense for the Cadets there.
I believe that was more of a fullback type carrier. And a first down for the Cadets. And we are in the first quarter. And there's already been One first down now by St. Thomas. This is a run left, strong side of the line. Good gainer for about 6 yards. That was Matzel again. Nick Matzel. And Tierney for Mahtomedi makes the tackle. Gotta watch out for this Mahtomedi defense. They are pretty good. They bend a little. We've seen it now, but these are two solid squads. So this is probably one of the more entertaining games on this Friday night. We got one receiver to the left, man in motion. A couple men in the backfield, and this one's going to be a pitch to the man in motion. It was snuffed out on that 2nd down and 3, so not much of a gain. Bringing up 3rd down.
Trevor Dittburner there, great job recognizing the play. Yeah, as you mentioned, this is probably one of the better games in the state tonight. We've got Cretans playing Eastridge. That's another good one tonight. But these two teams, like we talked about before the game, they play each other tough every time.
Right. I believe that. 3rd and 3. What's St. Thomas Academy going to do on this one? The cadets come out with the same formation basically, but no man in motion. Handoff up the middle to the big man, and I don't believe he got it. Matzo that time was stuffed. In on the tackle there was Tom Linden for the Zephyrs with a few of his teammates. They all got a hand in that one, including Henry Woland.
And Mahtomedi on that stand there stacking the box. We saw 8 guys in the box, really dedicated to stopping the run early.
This is a punt here, but it almost looks like an offensive type pass play. Man in motion on 4th and 2. It's either a punt or it's just going to be a tricky pass. And it's going to be a tricky run. And it looks like it's got the juice.
I think he's
close,
short.
Close. St. Thomas thinks they have it.
He's looked like a generous spot there.
Ben Fears, the quarterback who was faking like he was either going to punt, pass, or run. And on that short 4th down, pretty good play and good call by the head coach.
Yeah, and Johnny, that's a formation that we've seen out of St. Thomas quite a bit in the past. A lot of times they go with a rugby-style punt out of that formation, but it's really hard to defend against because you have to defend the pass at the same time you're trying to provide blocking for your return man.
2 first downs on this drive for the cadets. Man in motion, one big receiver to the left. The rollout and the pass in the flats just a little bit too far ahead of the wide open Carter Vanizek. Bringing up 2nd and 10. Stopping the clock. Ball in Zephyr territory.
And coming into this game, Ben Fears completing 45.8% of his passes.
Is that Christian Ponder-like, or is that better? I'm not sure.
I think that might be better.
That might be better. Okay, so Fears now has a different look where the receiver's right side, man in motion going right, but the run's going to be up the middle, and stuffed again goes Nick Matzo.
Mike Bauman blew that one up in the backfield.
Another 3rd down coming up for the cadets. Now they're back in their own territory. You see how that works. Right at the midfield marker, and I remember when I used to play Mahtomedi back in my high school days, I obviously didn't go here. This place is far better than it was in the early 90s. That field is spectacular looking. 3rd and 9. Fears rolls right, sees his man. He was covered, but it could have been there. And Matzo couldn't jump to get that one, and that brings up a 4th down.
Great defensive stand here by the Zephyrs, and this is kind of where they want to get St. Thomas. They want to keep them to third and longs. And if Mahtomedi can keep St. Thomas trying to convert on those 3rd and longs, it's going to be a good night for the Zephyrs.
Well, we have another situation where this could be a punt, pass, or run. Fears. He's going to punt this time into the wind, by the way. Real high, really nice punt. No return. Looks like they're going to mark it at about almost the 19.5-yard line. Not bad, into the wind like that. It is breezy.
Yeah, it is. It's very windy out there tonight.
Well, that was an interesting drive to start the game. Now the first offensive possession is coming up for the Zephyrs. it looks like almost an I formation, and a run by the tailback up the middle, getting crushed. Quarterback, Kellen Campbell, 6 feet tall, 185, junior. Just handed that one off. And what can you say about that one? Hello, welcome to the game.
Nothing there, yeah. And Jackson Hall, this Mahtomedi offense really runs through Jackson Hall. Coming into this game, he's averaging 110 yards a game. And he put up 98 yards last week against, 93 yards last week against that very stingy South St. Paul defense.
South St. Paul, for some reason, they're a pesky good team. There's a handoff to the, oh, it looked like it was a fake to the handoff to the fullback, and a pitch out to the tailback, Hall, who got a great gain there for a first down and almost near midfield. Boy, you know, it's always a good play fake when it fakes out the people who are calling the game.
Absolutely, I've had that happen plenty of times.
Well, even a lot of the defensive line for the Cadets there thought it was that fullback being handed off, and even the quarterback kind of stuck with them, yeah. And then the quarterback just held on to it to the last very perfect spot and pitched it out. Nice play call there. Big gain, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cadets now from their own 43. And that one obviously was a fullback up the middle handoff for a few yards.
Yeah, and it's a really tough play to defend because the quarterback's got the option to give it to the fullback, keep it himself, and then as he keeps it himself, he's optioning out around the corner too, so he can keep it himself in that scenario or pitch it to the running back. So really a tough play to defend for a defense.
Trevor Dittburner. So this is a classic formation here. I like it. 2 men in the backfield. And it's a handoff up the middle with running room. First down for the Zephyrs. And Jackson Hall is looking pretty solid early on here. Besides the first play of the game, he's looking great.
Yeah, Jackson Hall definitely gonna shoulder the workload here for the Zephyrs tonight, and they're just gonna keep giving it to him and keep pounding the ball, and they're gonna make St. Thomas stop that run.
And I meant Jackson Hall's first play of the game, which started this drive for the Zephyrs. He's dropped for a loss, but since then he is well in the positive side of things. Now what's the Cadets going to do on defense? They bring pressure, but the run is there again for a good gainer, and Hall is going wild.
Yeah, Jackson Hall, a tough runner. 6'2", 198, so he's a good-sized kid. And he hits those holes pretty fast.
Into the game, Joe Forcia, a sophomore, bringing in a play, playing wide receiver. So, on this 2nd down and 5 from the Cadet 36, pretty important play to the Cadet defense. They need pressure, maybe a sack. This offense doesn't look like they give you a lot of chance at sacks so far. And there goes Hall. And Hall's just going through the middle of the defense, no problem.
Yeah, Jackson Hall, this opening drive, he's putting on a clinic.
Boy, the defensive videotape specialists for St. Thomas Academy are going to be, they're going to be dissecting what they're seeing here. How is he getting up the middle like that with so much activity and just breezing through untouched almost?
Yeah, and anytime you see a guy blowing through holes like that, you've got to give a little bit of credit to that offensive line, too.
A lot of credit. There's some big beef down there. Center looks pretty big. And that time the fullback and Dittburner, the senior, 218 pounds, he's getting some good chunks as well.
Yeah, great to have that option. You have to keep the defense guessing. You can't just continue to put it in Jackson Hall's chest all night long. So it's nice to have that option to mix it up and keep the defense on their toes.
Just about 4 minutes left in this first quarter. It's 2nd down 2. In the red zone are the Zephyrs. And it's been a lot of Hull and Dittburner. And which one's going to get the TD if it happens? We'll find out next. Because they're just moving at ease right now. But this time, fake. But thought the quarterback might have kept it. But Dittburner got it for minimal gain. Small gain, but you know what? He didn't need much.
Yeah, and aside from that that opening carry for Jackson Hall, I mean that's the only the second stop really that the South St. Thomas, I apologize, defense has had up front.
And that was a first down carry. Needed 2. Money got 2 yards and an inch or 2 to get that first down, and that makes it a tougher situation now for the Cadets. Not only are they in the red zone, but they also have a possibility of a first down, the Zephyrs do, at the 2-yard line. Hull carries, gets about 3 or 4 yards before getting hit, and then gets taken down soundly after that, but there's 3 men kind of grabbing at the legs there. Cordero on the tackle. Been hearing his name quite a bit, actually. Now just grinding that clock down here in the first quarter. 3 minutes. This is a long drive. Both teams actually kind of had a long drive, but so far now it looks like Mahtomedi is eclipsing the first drive. And there's Hull. Left side. Getting yards after being hit. He's close down to a first down.
Yeah, I think he may have that first down that you mentioned.
He did.
Yeah, and ball control plays so huge into a game as time goes on. You know, the longer you can keep your defense off the field and their offense off the field. I mean, their offense, it's tough for an offense to get in sync when you're not on the field.
I agree. It's the key a lot of times to football. Keep your defense fresh. And that's what Mahtomedi is doing to their defense right now. They're on the sidelines anticipating on a 1st and goal from the 1. And Hull! He gets in. He did have to pay for it a little bit there at the goal line, but he got the TD.
It's a tough yard, but he got it, and I'm sure it's all worth it in Jackson Hull's mind.
Jackson Hull, 1-yard TD run.
Oh,
that was a clinic, like you said.
Yeah, very, very impressive opening drive for the Zephyrs. They kind of ran the ball at will against St. Thomas, and St. Thomas
Look at this, going for 2, overthrown, getting greedy.
St. Thomas has usually got a pretty solid defense, but Jackson Hull just carved them up on that drive.
And that was Colin Baumgard, who just had the incomplete pass for the 2-point conversion. His man was there, he just threw it a little high. Well, what do you know about the Classic Suburban Conference this year?
It's going to be tough. You know, I think it's going to be kind of the same thing that it's been the past few years. You're going to have South St. Paul at the top. You're going to have St. Thomas at the top, and you're going to have Mahtomedi up there too. You know, all 3 of these very, very good football teams. It's a tough conference.
And I did one game a couple weekends ago here where it was North St. Paul, Hurton. And that was a blood fest. There was lots of injuries, and the game went back and forth, and there was venom all over the stands, and it was just actually a pretty entertaining game on location TV 19 that 2 Fridays ago. But tonight we're doing a great game, and Town Square Television is also with us on location TV 19. We do this throughout the year for multiple sports. We covered pretty much most of the St. Paul suburbs, you can say, when we team up. It's a good thing. Ooh, there's a kick after the touchdown, out of bounds. A dirty duck to the right side that had no business being, even seen in football.
Yeah, Cadets are going to benefit from pretty good field position to start out their second drive here.
But that does avoid having a kick return touchdown, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess that's the glass is always half full way of looking at it.
2:17 left to go in the first quarter. Johnny came here along with Brian Gutsky. How do you pronounce it? I don't know.
Getsky. Yeah, you're.
That time I almost went Gutsky.
That's all right.
I like that, Gutsky. Was that your nickname when you played?
No, never Gutsky. Kid, a lot of the guys. One guy called me Goat all the time because Goetsky, Getsky.
Yeah.
I was never really fond of that nickname, but it kind of stuck. So.
Goats are pretty cool.
Right.
I like goats. Goats, you could have them as pets. I think they eat a lot, though. All right, so 6-0. Mahtomedi on their first possession scored. There's another kick. I don't know why we had another kick, but maybe St. Thomas elected to have another one, or there was a penalty. I wasn't paying attention. still good yardage for the Cadets.
Got a little wrestling match going on at the 50-yard line.
Yeah. Doesn't take much to get under the skin for these two teams, because I mean, if you're a varsity player who's a senior for both teams and you played maybe since you were a sophomore, maybe you mark this game on your calendar. You remember something they did last year, something they said to you, or you know when there's a pile on, you never know what happens under there. So 1st and 10 from the 32 of the Cadets. Their second drive, man in motion, one man in the backfield. Looks like it's a handoff, and flipped over was the man who came in motion. That's Carter Vanizek.
Tanner Maralt on the tackle. That was a beautiful hit.
He's kind of flipped like a chicken patty there. It was kind of cool. Hey, we went low.
Hey, yeah, hey, that's how they coach you. Get low and get that shoulder into him. That's exactly what he did. Textbook hit.
2-yard loss. 2nd and 12. Fears held on. This is a screen designed to the right side. In a good gain, but still going to bring up a long 3rd down. And that was Mike Smilovich.
Yeah, Mahtomedi, getting St. Thomas in that 3rd and long situation again. This is where they want to be. Nice little screen pass, though.
That senior for the Cadets, he's a 6'2", and he's a big tight end, and it's Smilovich. There's always some tough names over at St. Thomas Academy, isn't there?
There are.
3rd and 6, under a minute to go in the 1st quarter. Man in motion, left side, he gets the handoff. He now tries to cut it straight up the middle, and he gets buried. That time, nobody on Mahtomedi was fooled. Somebody's always trailing that man in motion. Great tackle.
Yeah, the Zephyrs are doing a really good job of sniffing out that run right away, and they're getting into the backfield and getting off the blocks quick. And Mahtomedi is definitely dominating up front here after the first 2 drives.
You know, he just doesn't play offense, but Trevor Dittenberner is playing linebacker, and he's making that big tackle last play. And here's a punt from the 35. Nice punt. I like his leg, and it's going to get a good Cadet bounce. Almost into the end zone. What's going to happen?
Wow.
Beautiful. You have to love it.
That's a risky run there. It looked like Mahtomedi didn't have anybody deep. They were just going for a block if at all possible. And now they're going to be backed up against their own goal line to start this drive.
1-yard line. That was, 64-yard punt? That's pretty,
it's going to help the average.
Yeah, I like that. That was excellent. Good special teams, and pinning, this could be a safety situation for St. Thomas Academy. They'd love that because there's probably only going to be one more play here in the 1st quarter. Zephyrs leading 6-0.
Yeah, let's
Hull touchdown.
I wouldn't be surprised to see St. Thomas put a couple of those linebackers up on the line too, get a little added pressure.
Okay, they got the same formation. Actually, they have 2 receivers split out now. And it looks like fullback Dittenberner up the middle, gets a few yards, so a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, good call in that situation. You just want to get off your goal line.
That'll do it for the 1st quarter of action here in Mahtomedi. Classic suburban football at its finest. The Zephyrs lead 6-0 on the Hull touchdown, 1-yard touchdown run. You're watching On Location TV in Town Square Television.
Zach Halverson here on the set of Sports Path, and if you notice next to me, a wide open chair, and it could be yours, and you could be the new co-host here in the 10th season of Sports Path. If you want to talk sports, if you want to call sporting events, this could be your big shot. Let us know if you're interested. The number is 651-747-3822, or the email nicholas@onlocationtv.org. You'll get in contact with our sports producer, Nicholas Anderson, and it could be the start of a long sports broadcasting career here at TV 19 Sports.
Pass. Looking to launch it deep. A lot of down there. Can he catch up to it? He can. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Zach, what an exciting game you guys had.
Running room. Cuts. Touchdown.
We're all schooled together. It's kind of neat to see how we've all progressed.
Albert throws up the 3. Good. Pioneers with a good opportunity. And another goal. Big hook. And a jab right to the jaw, and lights were out.
Tying the game up at 4 with this power play goal. New school records from 2 freshmen.
I want to remind you, anytime you want the latest and the best of Northeast suburban area in sports, tune into TV 19. You will get the best coverage. Don't forget that.
Second quarter of action starting up. And it's Mahtomedi pinned deep into their own end. Ball on the 3-yard line. And Hull gets the first down and more. They changed. You know, they're coming at us now in a different direction.
What a run there by Jackson Hall. The first contact came at about the 10-yard line. He was able to carry a couple defenders to the 15. And now Mahtomedi out of the shadows of their own goal line and have a little bit more breathing room and a first down.
12-yard run. Hall is the man with the touchdown so far, and he's creeping up to maybe about 75 yards on the ground already. We'll try to get official stats at halftime. Looks like there's a fumble.
It's on the ground, yep.
And St. Thomas appears to have it, and now they're in the red zone instantly and can really change the look of this game.
Yeah, it just goes to show how quickly the momentum in a football game can change just like that. Jackson Hall looked like he got the ball stripped going through the hole, and the cadet pounced on it, and now St. Thomas has excellent field position.
Here you'll see the play on replay. Hall just got smacked right at the line of scrimmage, and somebody was slapping at the ball. So your classic fumble. And, you know, after praising Hull, he that time doesn't look as great as his stats. But you know what? They happen. Good defense by the Cadets. Here's a pass. Left flat. Caught. Down inside the 5-yard line for the Cadets.
Good pass caught by
Matzo on the reception from Fears. Ben Fears looks pretty accurate. Play comes in on the 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. St. Thomas Academy in the whites, the dark blue. Looking to stuff it in there from the 4. Fears has strong side, left side of the line. We have a timeout.
St. Thomas.
All right, so St. Thomas didn't like something they saw. And just a moment here, you know, we're going to talk about some of those Hall of Fame members being inducted. I see the plaques are right next to us, so it's probably going to be pretty long halftime. But well, look, there's somebody from the class of '92. That's my year from Mahtomedi, Shannon Pole Bryant. I think she was originally Shannon Bryant. Would you say, or was it Shannon Pole?
I think probably Bryant would be original.
Oh, that
Hope
maiden name stuff. Mike Patterson, also class of '61. Gina Klugel Cogswell, class of '98. Paul Began, the head head soccer coach, who's had some state championship trophies in his house. He's going to be inducted. We've done a lot of his stuff here on Location TV 19 throughout the years. And Raul Dufresne, class of '56. You don't see people named Raul too much anymore. Well, here we go. 1st and goal from the 4 for the Cadets. Fears with a quick pass. Reception made and quickly yardage lost. Big tackle by Tanner Mirot. Vanasek thought he was maybe going to get a good chance to scamper in for a touchdown, and he just saw a bunch of blue and yellow coming at him. He didn't even have time to react.
Yeah, and Miralt is the same guy who had that big hit on the last drive as well.
Now keep an eye on him. He's number 2 for Mahtomedi, and he's doing some sticking out there. Here's a run left side. Keeper, Fears, trying to drive in. He's darn close.
Looked like the second effort on the tackle. He was able to actually pull him backwards and keep him from breaking that goal line. Here's a look at the replay.
Fears, look at it. He's just looking at a touchdown. Why'd he cut in?
Yeah, and right here, Yeah, just short.
From the 2. Almost got dragged in there, though. But it is a 3rd down now because of the loss on the previous play, which is a pretty big loss. So now it's a 3rd and goal from the 2. And Fears, he's going to do it again. He's going to try scamper. He gets a bunch of Mahtomedi in his stomach area.
He's short again.
He's got to lower his pads once in a while. I've had hurt ribs myself. It's not fun. So now it's going to be a 4th down.
Very, very impressive stand there by the Mahtomedi defense.
Fears, I don't know if he was supposed to pass or that was just kind of an illusion so he could scamper.
I think it was a passing play, but I mean, he had all day great pocket protection there, but I think he just didn't find anybody downfield that he liked and decided he was going to take it himself. Unfortunately, the Mahtomedi linebackers were all over that.
What do we have here?
And I think we got a penalty on.
Oh, now it's a 14, so there was a penalty there. Holding on the Cadets. I was sitting there watching the play and then trying to look at the replay, see what happened, but these penalties, we gotta be watching for them. So this is a big play here on the 3rd and 14, and Fears is scrambling around like a chicken. Not like a chicken, but a real
Another
chicken.
big ball's loose.
He fumbles.
It looks like Mahtomedi's got it.
Fears might have been dizzy before he fumbled that ball.
Oh, they're saying he was down before ball came out.
Oh. An equally bad result. Well, not as equally a bad result, but still, it's going to be a tough situation for the Cadets here. Do they have the leg to go for a possible field goal? Or they're definitely going to go for it. You don't punt from this area.
This was a no-brainer last year when the Cadets had Wyatt Schmidt.
Where is he now? He sounds like a superstar.
I can't honestly tell you where he is right now, but he was a very, very good kicker.
Mac Schmidt lines up. And we have a whistle for some reason. Timeout. And he's kind of he has the wind for this kick. The wind ain't horrible, but it is definitely breezy. It's coming through our window pretty breezy.
This is no chip shot though. When you look at it, the distance for high school level.
Hey guys! No, it's not. I mean, a lot of people are scared of the Gophers kicker going from a distance like this, you know? But 17 yards to go for the Cadets. Do you want to try to get on the board?
Oh, absolutely. I think you have to try and get on the board here. You got to go for the...
Well, the field position would be better on a miss, too, for Mahtomedi. So it's been a very interesting last few minutes here in the second quarter, because there's been penalties and there's been close to touchdowns and there's been a lot of big defensive hits.
Yeah, how about the aggressiveness of that Mahtomedi defense so far?
They're always pretty good for some reason on defense. I don't know if their defensive coordinator is just a genius or what. But they find some players here. And once again, Max Schmidt, the junior, going to go for this one. That was a pretty long field goal, close to 40 yards.
I think he missed it.
No good, but it had distance. It's actually about like a 36-yard, 37. Wow.
I'll tell you what, Jackson Hall right now going back onto the field. He's probably the happiest guy on that Zephyr team after coughing it up down in their own territory. St. Thomas not able to capitalize on it. Now we get to take another look at this this running game of the Zephyrs.
That's another thing about the Zephyrs. They've basically been big run type teams. But you know, you work with what you have. I know over the last few years, some of the running backs have gone on to be good college players at St. Thomas College. Here's Hall. He cuts it to the left side, coming at you. And he gets another first down on the first carry of this drive for the Zephyrs. It's all the way to the 32. Right, you know, I am looking over at the St. Thomas Academy stands now, and they really are filled in.
Yeah, they have filled up since kickoff.
But I think I see a lot of yellow over there. I'm not kidding. I knew that the stands here on the Mahtomedi side are so full.
Well, I believe it's homecoming tonight. Is it not?
I don't know about that. I mean, it is homecoming, I guess. It's a festive move just because it's such a big game.
Well, yeah, the fact that it's a huge game, and homecoming games always seem to turn out a few more fans than usual.
You know, back when I was in high school, everybody was there was a homecoming T-shirt that everybody pretty much wore, you know. So I didn't see much of that tonight. This Mahtomedi crowd is definitely more fashionable. Some good fashion here. First and 10 for the Zephyrs in their own zone at the 44. But they're going to hand off once again up the middle to the fullback. And fullback doing what he does.
Just fights for the extra yards.
Although that was Calvin Seidel there doing the running, his first action. How did you get your Gatorade up here, by the way? I thought they stopped you and wanted you to get rid of that.
Oh, I did actually. I threw it away and I bought a new one at the concession stands.
Ah. Ooh, there's a good fake and a pitch to Hull. Flag on the play. Past midfield. Close to a first down, but a flag on the play.
Probably going to be a hold on number 8, Colin Bumgard. He's right about in the right location for that. We'll see. They don't appear to be.
Well, they're focusing on Harry. Now you've made him guilty whether you know or not. And number 8 there is Aaron Coswell, the senior, 6'4", 189.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
He's a big boy. 6'4", I'm 6'4". If I was 189, oh, that'd be great. I'd be cut. Well, after the flag on Mahtomedi, it brings up a 2nd and 13 from the Zephyr 41. I formation. And Hull right up the middle again like he did on his first drive, and that time gets a good chunk. That's 7 yards.
Yeah, nice run there for Jackson Hull. Now he brings up, puts his team in a 3rd and manageable situation.
3rd and 5 from the Zephyr 49. Classic Suburban football, and guess what? The Classic Suburban is going through some changes. I wanted to sing the song, but I cut myself off. I don't want to sing right now.
Yeah, it's going to have a slightly different look next year.
And it's all got to do with St. Thomas Academy. And probably their hockey more than anything. Here's a drop back pass. Fears with the completion. Wide open and way more than a first down. Up to about the 31-yard line of the Cadets. And Jack Buttermore, the senior wide receiver, he ran a perfect route.
Yeah, well, that's the benefit you get when you're a team like Mahtomedi that's going to pound the football. Then you can run a little play action pass like this, and you're going to find guys wide open underneath like he was.
A little suspect tackling there, too, on a couple of the Cadets, but those were, the cornerbacks and the safeties there trying to get him down at that point. They were just flinging their body, but you got to try to wrap them up. 1st and 10 from the Cadet 35, and Hull to the left side. Gets past his first man.
Nice.
Slaps the second guy. Runs through and misses. There's a Cadet on him for the 3rd, and then he finally gets tackled out of bounds. Inside.
Wow, that's
the 13-yard line.
That's running angry if I ever did see it.
Wow. Hull is a character. I don't know much about him, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, great job beating his man to the corner. And then it's just power football.
Ooh, crushed that man a little bit, made him pay. And when you can see that cornerback is smaller than the quarterback.
When you hit those little defensive backs like that, it's going to make them think twice next time.
Red zone time for the Zephyrs again. Ball on the 13, 1st and 10. And that time Hull gets the twirl done to him. I'm not sure if he hit his own man or his own man just got pushed into him, but he didn't go very far.
Yeah, Mike Smilinich does a great job of getting into the backfield there and breaking up that play before it has time to develop.
Loss of 1. you know, you can only run up the middle so many times where you're going to get caught sooner or later. That's supposed to be one of the easier places to get a tackle done. Ball on the 14. Hull had a fumble in this game, but other than that, he's been pretty darn spectacular. Here's a handoff Hull. That time right side and not very far, so this is going to bring up an interesting situation for the Zephyrs, who don't pass much. Smelinich on the tackle for the Cadets, and St. Thomas did a good job here all of a sudden of kind of saying, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. They've, you know, maybe it came from the coaching staff. They've been able to make a few adjustments or see they saw something.
Well, looks like there's going to be 2 men in the backfield anyway. Offset I, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Fake, pass, end zone.
He's got
Has
him.
a man.
He's got him. Wow.
And we haven't seen it. Yes! Big touchdown for the Zephyrs. Wow, what a play and what a catch. It was on the far side of the end zone. And what a grab for Derek Johnson. Wow. 13-yard touchdown pass. Second quarter of action. That was pretty nice. They could pass more.
Yeah, Kellen Campbell, nice shot to the back corner of the end zone there, and the defender just never got turned around, never knew where the ball was. And that allowed Derek Johnson to go up and come down with it and get the feet down. And extra points good.
We have a 13-0 game here in the second quarter. Mahtomedi looked pretty impressive. And there's still 3:49 to go in the second quarter.
Here's a look at that replay again. Campbell, nice pass.
I was more impressed with the camera work there and the people in the truck. That was a good job of seeing multiple angles on a good catch.
Yeah, number 22, Jack Flynn there, just kind of got turned around, a little frustrated with himself, but that's a tough play to defend. Campbell put it where only his guy could come down with it.
Yes, where have you been, Mr. Derek Johnson? That was pretty nice. If there was a college scout here for football, and who knows who he's looking at, that Derek Johnson catch just made the scout go, 13-0. And the Zephyrs are getting set to kick off from their 40 again. A wall of cadets on the front line. It's 5 of them. Going to be doing some crossings and blockings. I see one Zephyr is getting rolled by 2 cadets. They didn't like him coming down, but that ball is not returnable.
Yeah, for Mahtomedi not being a team that throws the football a lot, that was actually Derek Johnson's 3rd touchdown reception of the season.
Keep going his way, coach.
Right.
Dave Metzel, head coach of the Zephyrs. 1st and 10 after the kick for the Cadets from their 20. Handoff left side, and a Zephyr came and blew the play up. Wow. Matzel meet Dittenberner. Dittenberner just went through like a crazy linebacker who was on a mission. And he had the hole. One of his D linemen must have created that hole for him, but Dittenberner is a guy that looks like a heck of a football player.
Yeah, St. Thomas may have to reevaluate this ground game.
There's a drop back. Fears had his man, but it was a little behind him and through the fingertips of Carter Vanasek. A little behind him that time.
For some reason, Bennett Bracky's in the game now at quarterback.
Thanks for noticing that.
No, I just noticed the lefty as he threw it, and something didn't look right.
What happened to Fears? He was doing a lot of running and crazy stuff the last time he was out there. I don't know. I mean, he could be hurt, is my feeling. But you're right. Bennett Brackley is in the game at QB now, 6'3", 180. He airs it out, and that time Vanasek couldn't make the catch. Going for not just the first down, but a long one.
That is a quick 3 and out, too.
You're darn right about that. It was a quick one.
The Cadets defense was just tested on that last drive, and now they're going to have to come out again and make a stop as 3 minutes left. That's plenty of time for Mahtomedi to get the ball down and probably put some more points on the board before half.
And I don't think you do any fakey stuff here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get tricky here.
Oh, too many men on the field by the Zephyrs.
Did they get the timeout first, or I think they got the timeout.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they got the timeout.
Lucky. A man on the field was trying to scramble to the sidelines.
And that's one penalty you don't want to get.
As we know, for the Vikings.
Yeah, any Viking fan knows that.
That is just sick. You know, the funniest thing about that, not to revise the Vikings too much, but I remember when we were just about to, go down before the too many men in the huddle, they showed Drew Brees on the sideline looked like he was about to cry. And then he's a Super Bowl hero the next week, and everyone thinks he's the greatest. It's just not fair.
It's not.
It should have been Favre.
But all Mahtomedi homecoming royalty.
Yeah, homecoming royalty is being called out. So we have 3 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in the second quarter. There will be a lengthy halftime show, not only homecoming, but Hall of Fame inductions. That's okay. Maybe you and I can go, I don't know, what could we do around there? There's so many people, it ain't going to be fun to walk. You got to be a good 3,000 people here or more. There's a high punt to the 50 and a fair catch right at the 50. And you know who was kicking there? Ben Fears. So maybe
does it all.
Yeah, well, we were wondering why he wasn't in at QB last drive. Obviously his leg's okay. Maybe he hurt his shoulder or something.
Great field position here for the Zephyrs.
Absolutely, and Kellen Campbell, the quarterback, comes in. He's thrown a touchdown pass just moments ago here. Because after the kickoff, St. Thomas Academy didn't go far, and they went quick. And now, 3:03 left to go, second quarter. Mahtomedi 1st and 10 from the 50, and a handoff and a trip by Hull.
Yeah, he had room. He had the hole. He knows it, too. Just lost his footing there right as he crossed the 50-yard line.
Might have got a yard. No. Maybe. Half a yard. He would have gone some places there if he didn't trip. I'm not even sure how he tripped. Maybe over somebody's leg or something, but I didn't see it. He had it. It's okay. Running.
I think they just repainted the logo.
Yeah.
Might have been wet still.
Yeah. That's true. You can write for the Excuse Maker Handbook. Two receivers out there, one right, one left split. Offset eye. Hull.
He's got a blocker.
He does have a blocker. And he gets the first down. He's still on his feet, getting wrangled down at about the 32. And I noticed that his fullback there, number 28, Kelvin Seidel, was just free to go crush any defender he wanted, and he did it. He did a good job to open up a bigger hole. Here he is, 28. You see him?
Yeah, that's
boom. Took that guy.
When you're a halfback and you see your fullback running out in space like that, that's a beautiful sight.
Well, look at your offensive tackles way out there.
Getting downfield, making the blocks.
Troy Zajac must be commended for his furious blocking there. Oh, and there's a sack! Under 2 minutes ago, and St. Thomas needed that.
Nate Chafee coming through almost untouched there.
Yes, he was, number 49 there, Chafee. He's a sophomore, 250 pounds. 6'3".
That's what a coaching staff likes to see. You see a sophomore out there making plays in a game like this, and it's great to know you're going to have him for 2 more years.
Absolutely. I know. I always love seeing freshmen and sophomores playing varsity.
It's fun.
You have to earn it, unless your dad's the coach sometimes. And there is a fake handoff to both the fullback and the tailback, and it's a keeper, and still on his feet, the QB, and he almost got the first down. Might have. Campbell. He just outran the defenders who were on his heels.
Yeah, that play looked like it was blown up in the backfield, but Campbell just outlegged everybody and beat everybody to the corner.
Seemed like a double fake handoff. Look at it, he had people closing in, but even when they got to him, it looks like he hit his own guy a little bit too. His own guy slowed him up a little.
Well, now third and 2 with Jackson Hull. That's very doable 2 yards.
Yeah, just a minute 12 remaining before halftime. I formation. Handoff. Fullback up the middle. First down, plenty of yards. He might go. He's stiff arming. He's being dragged down. About this, looks like about the 4-yard line, but they had to hold on for dear life that time to Seidel.
And almost on cue, as I say, 2 yards, very easy for Jackson Hall. I think the St. Thomas defense was thinking the same thing, and everybody committed to Hall. You can't forget about that fullback.
I just saw Derek Johnson come off the field, so I doubt there'll be a passing play here. Handoff, Hall, met, gets through the first tackler, dives forward, still going to be a little short.
Great second effort.
That was
Looks like the Zephyrs may have called timeout.
from the 4-yard line. About a 2-yard gain. And for Hall, he was met where it would have been no gain or a loss, but he got through.
Yeah, I mean, it just textbook running from Jackson Hall. He keeps his legs running, and after first contact, he bounces off of it and just keeps going. He's a very north-south runner. Not a guy you're going to see dance and juke about a lot.
No, we're in a timeout. Mamei looking to score again. We're shutting out Cadets so far here in the first half, and it's probably the way it's going to. Well, I mean, there might be some time on the clock for St. Thomas Academy. But looking at the Classic Suburban standings again, Tartan 4-0. What's going on over there?
Yeah,
I saw them. They're pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of a surprise. Tartan's been a team that hasn't really competed with, I guess, the class of the conference, if you will. But this year they're definitely up, and they look to be a really tough team this year.
You see, they got that Keenan Belafant. Isn't that one of the great names?
Yep.
Love it. St. Thomas Academy, 3 wins. South St. Paul, 3 wins. Mahtomedi, 2 wins, 1 loss. North St. Paul got a victory. They're 1-3. Hill Murray 1-3. And look at this, Campbell, keeper, touchdown from the 2. And the Zephyrs are piling on here at homecoming over their pretty standard rival, I would say.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is their rival because it's the best team usually they play every year. And they are pouring it on, and wow, what a show for their hometown crowd.
This is a interesting formation.
Yes, going for the 2 again. And
little razzle-dazzle.
Nice. That was weird, but the 2-point conversion is good. It was Calvin Seidel from Colin Baumgard. Baumgard gets in the newspaper and on the stat sheet with that 2-point conversion pass. Gotta like it. 21-0 now after they made up for their first touchdown that didn't get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I don't think this is what any of us thought coming into this. Mahtomedi really pouring it on here in the first half, and St. Thomas is going to have to kind of reevaluate the game plan, I think.
All right, so, and I just want to do a correction personally that the one game I did do this year was North St. Paul at North St. Paul versus Hill Murray. I said Tartan earlier. I did do Tartan last year, but no, it was against Hill Murray, and actually Hill Murray and North St. Paul had an exciting game, and Hill Murray won it, but Hill Murray's got a heck of a running back there, too. I don't remember his name at the moment, but I remember being wowed. Usually I don't get wowed. It was number 3, definitely. I don't know if his name was Kruger or not, but he was a heck of a running back. I've never seen such a slippery guy in my life besides Barry Sanders. There was a little kick there by Mahtomedi. They don't want to kick it deep for some reason. They either don't have the kicker to go deep into the wind, or they're trying to catch St. Thomas Academy off guard. But look at the field position all of a sudden for St. Thomas Academy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not bad field possession. And St. Thomas is a team that is accustomed to throwing the football a little bit, so it's not like they're completely uncomfortable throwing it. The question is here, do you want to gamble with 33 seconds left and risk the turnover?
Heck yeah, you do. If you're St. Thomas Academy, you got the win. Go for the bomb. Go deep. No, they're going to run it right.
Play it conservative, I guess.
Get a yard before going nowhere, and the clock is now at about 22 seconds, so I think that's, maybe one more play here. They're in no hurry, so obviously Coach has some talking to his players to do at halftime for the Cadets, because it's not like they're playing bad either. Mahtomedi is playing pretty solid here.
Yeah, this Mahtomedi defense is.
And that different quarterback is in, that Bennett Brackley. So maybe something did happen to Ben Fears or the coach. I don't know. But Fears provided excitement with punts and passes and runs, but his team is down 21-0 to the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, who go into halftime leading 21-0. And just your thoughts before we head to break quick.
Well, I think that I really think if St. Thomas is going to get back in this game in the second half, I think that they're going to have to go to the air. They're going to have to throw the football. That's what we've seen, how we've seen them move the ball effectively in the first half. Mahtomedi is sniffing out the run, and they're shutting it down so far.
Excellent points made again. Johnny Kane, Brian Gatt.
Man, I should have never listened to you. But you said, come on, man, it's going to be an adventure of a lifetime. Well, some adventure this turned out to be. Thanks a lot.
Well, maybe if you wouldn't have had that meltdown on the plane, we wouldn't have had to make a crash landing in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Dude, I could not take one more second of that movie Geely.
Well, now we have nothing to watch. We have no food, no water,
all right,
no entertainment. They may never find us out here.
We can get through this. I know we don't have any food or water or shelter or flares or fins or breathing apparatus or hope, but we do have entertainment. Check out what I swiped from the guy in 16F on the way down. Now we can watch all our favorite on-location GTN shows online.
What you talking about, Jerry? We can't watch shows like Northeast Journal, Your Police Report, or Local Image on the web.
You know, I was once naive, just like you. And then we had a plane crash and I realized no more. All of those shows and more are available on their website. Just try not to get the laptop wet.
Football. On location, TV 19, Town Square Television. Johnny Kane, Brian Getzky. And it's been mainly the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. They lead 21-0 heading into the third quarter here. Touchdown run, 1-yard touchdown run by Hull in the first quarter, made it 6-0. And then Johnson had a beautiful, spectacular 13-yard TD pass, and then Campbell on a 2-yard TD run. And a lot of Zephyrs. Brian, what do you have to say?
A lot of Zephyrs is correct. Yeah, Mahtomedi has run the ball at will so far in this game. St. Thomas has not really had an answer up front. You know, noticing kind of in the first half, they play, they play 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. There's a lot of space there, and Mahtomedi's offensive line is just winning the battles up front. And by the time that Jackson Hull gets to the linebackers in that second level, he's got all the running room in the world.
We did get Jackson Hull statistics, 19 rushes for 155 yards in the first half with 1 TD. He's at the tailback position right now. And he got it, and he got it. He got about 5 cadets in his grill right away.
And that's exactly what St. Thomas needed to do. They needed to go into that locker room, and they needed to figure out exactly how they were getting beat, why they were getting beat, and make some adjustments.
Yes, absolutely. And Coach Zebarth for the cadets must have, I don't know if he had a calm halftime speech or an upset one, but I'm going to go with the latter. Because his team didn't play that bad, but Mahtomedi's defense in the first half was excellent, actually. Drop back Campbell, quick pass. Could have gone to 2 different Zephyrs, and it was low, and they both missed it, incomplete. So that's going to bring up a tough situation for the Zephyrs, pinned in their own end at the 16-yard line, 3rd and 14. And if the Cadets can stop them here, then we'll get a real look at what the Cadets are after here.
Yeah, that's best scenario for St. Thomas here. Get that ball back right away.
Campbell has 2 men in the backfield. Given to Hull. Hull's going to come up short on the run. He needed 14, might have got about 9. And Cordero once again on a tackle for the Cadets. He's having a good game on defense. I don't know. I guess with we also heard that Coach Zebarth says he's not just going to be with Ben Fears at QB. He planned to go with Bennett Brackley, switch him around a little bit here and there for different looks. Maybe Brackley's more of the passing type guy, but either way, Fears it doesn't appear to be hurt. Oh, there's a nice punt. Spiral. Goes out and might get spotted around the 32 or 3.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Johnny, the Cadets kind of limited on stats here, but Ben Fears and Bennett Brackley, Fears has thrown 24 passes, Brackley 25, so they've kind of split the reps under center.
And they're both seniors.
It looks like Fears is out to start this second half. I wonder if they just alternate each quarter.
Well, they spotted it at the 37-yard line of the Cadets, so pretty good punt anyway. 1st and 10. First offensive possession for the Cadets, man in motion, and it's a pitch to him. And he jukes out of the first tackle, and he's got some yards. He's got a first down, and he's got more. He's past midfield to about the 36-yard line. Now Vanasek he just pitched from the quarterback, and he had one man to beat, and there was open space.
Yeah, he had a lot of running room, great blocking. And, now we're seeing kind of a complete opposite. This Mahtomedi went 3 and out. And here's a look at the replay.
He just juked that first guy, and then look at that. People are chasing him. Some good blocking out there. And look at, there's the extra yardage, the bonus. So it's a 1st and 10 now for the Cadets at the Mahtomedi 39, and a handoff up the middle. Rumbles forward, a few yards gained there by the fullback.
I'd like to remind everybody that we're live on Town Square Television. You could also check out Park at Roseville live on Channel 21.
Injured player apparently for the Cadets on the field looking straight at us, number 59, Joe Schultz, the senior offensive lineman. He got his helmet off, just sitting, kind of looking around. Gonna hobble off a little bit. He's not really limping or nothing, but.
Yeah, always a good sign when you see these kids get up quick and walk off the field. You never want to see an injury.
Maybe he just wanted to see that trainer that came out to help him. You don't know. Maybe maybe the instructions were to take a few of those injury type timeouts that don't get charged, to slow it down.
Yeah,
let us diagram.
It's a known strategy in football these days.
And the split far right is Austin Hurley. And this is going to be a drop back pass. Deep, open. Oh, it looked like the ball was trapped.
Didn't get it.
Pass intended to Carter Vanasek. And it was there, and Vanasek was there, and it just like tailed at the last second too low.
Yeah, Fears had his man, no doubt. Right down the middle of the field, and the ball just underthrown a little bit.
That would have been a big play. Now it's a 3rd and 6 from the Zephyr 35. Shotgun. And a keeper. And Fears didn't go very far. Did not get the first down.
Henry Wolwind was all over Fears on that play. And that's going to bring up another 4th down for the Cadets.
And I got a feeling this time they're going to definitely go for it. Why wouldn't you? Any coach in football that wouldn't go for this would be somebody that I would have question marks about, because what do you have to lose? Here's a shotgun. He's got plenty of time. Fears found his man. Completion. 1st down. At about the 28-yard line. And that was a nice play. What did you see there?
Well, I thought we might have had a hold there on the offensive line. Looked like Mike Bauman beat his man. He kind of grabbed around the shoulder pad, but no call by the refs. Maybe he's got a better view than I do. But when you have that kind of time, guys are going to get open. Great protection by the Cadets front line, and Fears had all day, and eventually somebody's going to come free.
There's Andrew Mayleben, the junior 6'5" receiver. Now Fears has some blockers in front of him and plenty of yards gained, and he's tucking inside, out of bounds, inside the red zone. Zephyr hurt on the field right now, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Zephyrs after this little injury break. just to be fair, now Zephyr is hurt. Doesn't look serious, but they're working on the left leg. Maybe cramping.
Looks like Tom Linden, senior linebacker.
Actually, if you watch that replay, it looks like he hit his head on somebody's leg and then just kind of fell down limply. If we could see that replay again, 54, you can see at the bottom of the screen, he hit somebody's leg with his helmet and just kind of crumbled. If you can keep on 54 there, watch him. You're watching the play and then, didn't look as bad as I thought. Well, right there, look at how he goes down. You see him disappear? That looked like, I mean, you never know on concussions or anything.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You always want to be careful.
First and goal from the 9. Handoff, not going very far that time. A couple yards for Nick Motzel.
Last time we saw the Zephyrs backed up in this situation, their defense came up huge. We'll see what they can do here as come up on second down.
Second and goal from the 7. St. Thomas Academy needs points. Fears, passing, pressured, end zone. Caught, but short of a touchdown. They were at the 7. Now it looks like it's at about the 1.5 to 2. 2.5 maybe. Okay, wow. I say the 3, so it was only a 4-yard gain. It looked more impressive than that.
See this catch here by Melvin, and yeah, he leapt out of the end zone. Andrew Melvin, 6'5", 185. That's a huge target.
This is a 3rd and goal from the 3. St. Thomas has a couple men in the backfield split, and they pitch it and run into the end zone for a touchdown. Are the Cadets and Nick Motzel. Wow. So that is what the Cadets needed.
Yeah, absolutely. You get beat up on 21-0 in the first half, come out, make a huge stop on defense, and get the ball right back. And the Cadets marched down and put 6 on the board. Point after upcoming here.
And they might as well just go for that extra point is what they apparently are going to do. The kick is up for Schmidt, and he got it barely. 21-7 here. 8:06 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And if you're a person who just likes to see a game out of it, then you got your wish somewhat there because St. Thomas Academy is getting back in the game.
Yeah, and cutting it to a 14-point game is going to be a huge boost for the morale of these guys, and especially coming out and making a big stop and then marching right down the field and putting points on the board. Here's a look at that touchdown run.
Motzel was met, but he just lunged forward after being hit initially. Good job there by a man who's seen a lot of work this game in the run and pass game, Nick Motzel. Here's the kick by the Cadets. That one, did it sneak through?
Just made it into the end zone.
Not bad. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Zephyrs. No time came off the clock, actually. Johnny Kane here. Brian Getzky. On location TV 19, Town Square Television. People enjoying this one, I hope, as it's been a real good game. There's been some highlight plays here.
Yeah, we have seen quite a few big plays.
Yeah, and we have a great field, good weather, and just football. Good football. Here's a pass behind the intended receiver for the Zephyrs. That one had yards written all over it. But that time, Kellen Campbell, too much time to think maybe. He did have his man there.
I like the call to mix it up with the passing game, but at the same time, it's kind of surprising to see it throwing a pass on 1st down. Jackson Hull's been kind of unstoppable tonight. You want to keep that clock moving as much as you can, especially when you're kind of clinging to a 14-point lead.
High formation, 2 receivers. Oh, it looks like either a false start or offsides. To me, it looked like offsides, but it's going backwards. It's a false start by the Zephyrs.
Looked like the right guard may have flinched.
Okay. Here we go. Congratulations to the 2013 Hall of Fame inductions from Mahtomedi High School. At halftime, all these great athletes and coaches were recognized, including Paul Began, over 30 years coaching here at Mahtomedi. And also Shannon Pohl from the year I graduated. She was in gymnastics and track a lot and state champion. Here's a run for Mahtomedi going nowhere on 2nd and 15. It looks like the Cadets own the second half.
Aiden Gartner on the stop there. And yeah, as you mentioned, the second half so far has belonged to the Cadets. St. Thomas came out of the locker room with a new look.
And Jenna Klugel-Cogswell, that Hall of Fame class, she was Miss Soccer junior and senior year here. Miss Soccer, Minnesota Miss Soccer. So she well-deserving, class of 98. Mike Patterson, class of 1961. 3rd and 17 now. The Zephyrs going backwards. Here's a screen pass. Has some legs to it. Not going to get to the first down marker, though. That time the screen went to Jackson Hall.
Yeah, Mahtomedi going to come up short again, and now they're going to have to punt it away. And just like that, St. Thomas will get the ball back with a chance to cut this to a one-possession game.
How risky was it to throw a screen pass in your own end that deep? That's one that can get picked off in an easy return there. Also, yeah, that Mike Patterson, wow, he was all conference in 61 and many sports. It's called the Skyline Conference back then. Played at the UMD varsity basketball 4 years, so he had a heck of a career. And here's the punt and the return ongoing by St. Thomas.
What a hit,
Jacob
ball's loose,
Abbott.
I think.
Abbott jarred at about his 40. I don't see any signaling going on right now. That would be deflating to the Cadets. It is Cadet ball. And the St. Thomas Academy sideline, and the coaches are all applauding because they know that to keep momentum, that was a call that had to go their way, and the player is down for St. Thomas. He was at the bottom of the pile we like to talk about.
Yeah, it's Jacob Abbott. I think he's the one who took the hit. I mean, that was a brutal shot.
Abbott going to the left side and he did a little hurdle and then just took a big shoulder-to-shoulder hit.
A big hit there by Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor, a junior. You know, that's not a proper way to tackle either, but, you know, it got the job done there. It was just a collision. 1st and 10 from the Cadet 40. Down by 14. They hand it off and go up the middle, and about an 8.5-yard gain there for the Cadets, Carter Anderson. Dittenberger on the tackle. That was after being dragged. Not as many yards as I thought. He must have said his knee came down. It looked like he was up a little further, but 7-yard gain only. Almost at midfield. Cadets still on their own side in shotgun. 4 receivers. Completion made for a first down. And the Cadets, they have something going.
Yep, moving the ball really well. That's Andrew Malibin again. 6'5". It is a big target. You look around at the Zephyrs secondary there, they don't have anybody nearly as tall as that.
No.
So a definite mismatch on whoever's guarding him.
And number 2 for the Zephyrs, Tanner Maralt, who made some sticks in the first half. They're not really throwing his way anymore. So it's a 1st and 10 from the Zephyr 47 now after the nice gain. Man in motion, 3 receivers right. Keeper going left. Got through the initial tackles, and now Fears is on his feet, heading towards the end zone. He's gonna dive and might be just short. It's kind of an awkward dive, but he tried to touch the pylon, and what a gain there. It might be close to a 45-yard run on kind of a broken play. And now there's a Zephyr down again. He got about to the 2-yard line. 45-yard gain. Fears, nice juke.
we've got a score update. Tartan and South St. Paul. South St. Paul up 21-6 at the half. Both those teams unbeaten going into that game.
First and goal from the 2. And Matzo tried to go up the middle, and he was stuffed again. With 4 different Zephyrs there, including big number 55, McQuaid Boo.
Second and goal from the 2.
Well, that's a pretty cool name, too. You have to admit it. McQuaid Boo.
That is a nice name.
And then you have Adam Stone on the team. Okay? Now do you know why? I mean, hey, my name, John Kane. Everybody's name is unique, but McQuaid Boo, that is interesting. Second down, 2nd and 2 from the goal area, and the Cadets are signaling a touchdown, and they got it. Cadets are creeping back into this game, and they have plenty of time left. We're still in the 3rd quarter.
Scoring for St. Thomas Academy, number 21, Joe Herbeck.
All right, so we had a Joe Herbeck sighting running back for the Cadets. He scores on a 2-yard TD run.
And how quickly the momentum has shifted in this stadium. Mahtomedi now pending this extra point, cling to a 7-point lead.
Oh, blocked!
As I speak too soon, now
Yeah.
clinging to an 8-point lead.
There's Tanner Moralt, number 2, blocking it. He's everywhere.
And that's a huge, huge play by Tanner Moralt, because now it's, as we said, 8 points. So St. Thomas comes down and scores again. They need a 2-point conversion to tie the game. Looked like it was just a low snap. Spotter can never quite get a handle on it, and you're not going to make many extra points that way.
No. So St. Thomas coming back, and they have really excited the people who wanted to see a good game here, but now the Mahtomedi homecoming crowd is probably a little more nervous. I know that the St. Thomas fans over there are standing up and clapping and coming to life, and that's not what you want. You know, spoiling a homecoming has to be one of the greatest things an away team can ever do.
Oh, especially when it's your rival. There's nothing more you'd like to do than spoil that homecoming.
Why are we mean like that? You have to be mean to play football sometimes.
It's like Jackson Hull's going to take this one.
Hull had a wall of blockers, and he found a seam, and then he got tripped up. Flag on the play. Hull had a head of steams. Now he's got tripped up a couple times. Got to keep aware.
Yeah, we've seen him lose his footing a couple times now, like you said. I think the other time was right around the 50-yard line. That's going
little hand tackles.
Back up the Zephyrs.
Wow. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Zephyrs on their own 10. And if you notice, the theme of the Zephyrs in the second half is their starting field position has been brutally bad.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't benefited from the great field position that they had in the first half.
Coach Zebarth might be a miracle worker at halftime with his speeches. We don't know. But right now, you know what the Cadets are thinking. They're thinking, how about a pick 6? All right, here they come. Zephyrs, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, handoff inside. Looks like the fullback is going to get some work here. Seidel. In this game, Hull just has that 1 touchdown that was the first score of the game. Other than that, it's been spread around by a different player every time for every team here now, because it's been Hull, Derek Johnson, Campbell, then Matzel, and then Herbeck. So different scorers. Hull did dominate the first half, it seemed. 2nd and 6 from the 14. Fake handoff, pass complete, and a first down for the Zephyrs to about the 25-yard line. The receiver who caught it just slipped and fell.
Yeah, Jack Buttermore again. We saw him earlier on a little play action fake. And again, that is the benefit of running the football a lot, is you're going to get those passes opened up. And we saw it there. Campbell had Buttermore wide open, and it's good for a Mahtomedi first down.
Absolutely, that was a nice little play. Although there could have probably been more yards after the catch. It didn't matter. It's changed momentum is what Mahtomedi I would be thinking right now. Jake Heinisch split wide left. But it'll be Hull up the middle, going not very far again. So Hull cannot get his running game going here in the second half where he was so spectacular in the first.
Yeah, the Cadet defense has done a great job so far here in the second half of keeping Jackson Hull contained.
Just 1 yard there. 2:40 remains, third quarter. Clock ticking. If Mahtomedi were to score again, they would try to run out the clock, I would think. But right now, they're just, almost getting sacked. And the pass is incomplete, too low. Buttermore was there again, but there was some pressure on Kellen Campbell.
Yeah,
He almost got sacked, actually.
Yeah, he did. St. Thomas doing a really good job every time that Mahtomedi drops back to pass, getting some pressure and getting somebody in the backfield, making him uncomfortable. The last thing you want to do is give a quarterback a lot of time to throw the football.
Into the game is Derek Johnson on this 3rd and 9, the receiver who caught such a nice touchdown pass. 13-yarder for the second score of the game for the Zephyrs. He's in there. He split out to the left with 2 other teammates at the receiver position. High snap over the head of Campbell. Campbell actually got it on a nice bounce.
He's got room.
He might get the first down. He does. Runs out of bounds. And there's Cadets picking themselves up all over the backfield. Kind of injured a little bit too. That is a broken play gone really well for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, you said it right. That is a broken play gone really well. And that's the problem. You see the high snap here. The defense is just going to over-pursue it. Defense wants the football. Campbell picks it up and just does the smart thing and rolls out, and he's got all sorts of space.
Good presence of mind as well as Abbott gets him out of bounds. That could have been so dangerous. That bounce came right into his arms. If that just does anything weird, wacky, you're probably looking at a St. Thomas ball. Whoa, Campbell, good presence.
Zephyrs dodge a big bullet on that play.
Now the ball's at the 37-yard line of Mahtomedi after the big gainer. And we have a run up the middle this time, and it's going for a first down plus much, much more. As the fake was so good once again, I didn't even see Calvin Seidel going crazy. Half of St. Thomas defenders went at the quarterback.
Yeah, that play fooled just about everybody. Kellen Campbell got thrown down in the backfield, but he didn't even have the football.
No, I thought it was like no gain or just a loss on the play, but when you have a good team who is really adept at these fakes, that's where it's at. Campbell on the 1st and 10 from the 32, passes right flat, connection made. And still on his feet, it's Johnson. Johnson inside the 20 now in the red zone. He got out of about 3 tackles there.
Number 29, Derek Johnson.
Boy, how tall is Johnson?
For down on the tackle.
He's 6'3", it says.
Yeah.
He doesn't look it.
No, not at all.
Maybe they do. No, I'm looking at him right now. I'm 6'4". I don't think so. He's probably about 6'1". But he's got heart, and he's making some big plays for the Zephyrs in this game. Just a minute and 15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Mahtomedi in the Cadet red zone from the 15. We have a flag.
I think that's going against the Cadets. I believe one of the tackles there jumped across the line.
Well, that makes it easier for the play selection. 1st and 5 from the 10. With a possible first down. Still looming, if need be. High formation. And the run went right up the middle.
Tough run.
Seidel, he's the fullback, and he's actually kind of, he's 5'7", it says. I'm not sure. Well, he probably is. Well, I don't know.
5'7", 195.
I'm looking at him right now. I don't know about that either. Why do they have to? You think you're fooling? College recruiters come and they take measurements. You can't lie to them. Okay, so first and goal from the 2. That was a first down. This could be the last play of the third quarter if they don't score. And that time the running game was stuffed for a loss. So another handoff inside.
Yeah, St. Thomas not fooled at all that time.
Seidel. That will be the last play of the third quarter where it was all St. Thomas until the last few minutes. Now Mahtomedi is driving, looking to put it in. So the Cadets did what they had to do to get back in this game, and we're going to have an exciting fourth quarter coming up after this on Location TV and Town Square Television.
Hello everyone, I'm Paul Anderson, host of North St. Paul Notes on Channel 16. North St. Paul Notes is a monthly show that will keep you up to date on the news and events that are of interest to the residents of North St. Paul. This month we'll be joined by members of our fire department to talk about Fire Prevention Week. So make sure you don't miss the October edition of North St. Paul Notes right here on GTN Channel 16.
Is upon us. Johnny Kane here and Brian Gatsky. Brian, it's going to be second and 4. Second goal from the 4, basically. But what do you expect here from Mahtomedi?
You know, I want to say run it, but at the same time, play action's been really working well for the Zephyrs. I wouldn't mind to see a little play action to Derek Johnson there.
He split out to the left, and it's going to be a run up the middle. Just needed 2 yards. They don't give a signal yet. It might be a little short. Quarterback keeper and just for 1 yard. Zero on the tackle again. He's got at least 6 or 7 in the game for the Cadets. And this is now a third and goal from the 1. 21-13. Zephyrs lead and looking to punch it in for another score. And it would be, this would be big because the Cadets already would need a 2-point conversion as it was. And there's a run up the middle.
No sign
Zephyrs
yet.
are saying they got it, but I don't see the referee saying they have it. There's a lot of conferencing going on out there.
And
a touchdown. Wow, they just need to see the ball, I guess.
So yeah, as you mentioned, Johnny, now that is a huge score for the Zephyrs.
Campbell on the quarterback, 1-yard keeper. His second touchdown run of the game.
Yeah, and Kellen Campbell just gets behind the offensive line, lets them do the work.
27-13 now. Kellen Campbell, I mean, that's a smart thing to do. Just run it up the middle with your quarterback.
Right.
Sneak it. Don't be fancy around the goal line. Ooh, low snap. It bounced. But the kick was good anyway. Nice job there by the holder. Looked like Johnson was the
Looks
holder.
like we've got some laundry on the field.
Do we?
Down around the near side there, about the 4-yard line.
Good eye.
Not sure what.
It ain't over yet.
It's gonna be a false start, so the Zephyrs are gonna have to kick again, I believe,
yes.
and this is a big extra point too.
Could have been an illegal procedure, actually. I'm just thinking that holder did a good job because the ball just kind of bounced into him.
Yeah, a phenomenal job handling the low spot.
The Cadet players have to come back out onto the field. They thought it was an extra point, but they have to come out and do it all over again.
This kick upcoming would make it a 15-point game. Without it, it's a 14-point game. So that'd be back him up, make him kick it again. That's good news for the Cadets right now.
You know, one thing you'll probably hear about after tonight's recaps of high school football games is the wind probably did have something to do with people's kicking game. Is one thing you might hear tomorrow or tonight or whatever about all the games that happened. It's gotten stronger, actually, throughout the game. There's the snap. The kick looks about the same.
He's got it.
Good extra point by the Zephyrs. And they go up now by 15 with with 11:06 remaining in the fourth quarter.
We'll get another look at the Zephyr defense here in the second half and see what they can come up with. Kind of noticed on the last drive, it looks like St. Thomas playing a lot more out of the shotgun, kind of spreading things out with wide receivers. That's kind of been the reason that the running game has flourished for the Cadets. They've got so much more room. You pull those defenders out to the outside, and the run up the middle has become much more available for the Cadets.
We're looking at the Hall of Fame inductees again, in that Raul Dufresne, class of 56, 4-year varsity leader in football, basketball, baseball, and track. Doing baseball and track in the same spring. That takes some athleticism. Mamei always has good athletes. There'll be more to come in the Hall of Fame for many years to come. And here's the kickoff, and the Cadets have some room. It's Abbott to the right side, Abbott to about the 35-yard line. Here's some upcoming games to look for. St. Thomas Academy versus Richfield will be next, and Richfield is 0-4, and I think you can name your points on that one. It'll be 40-0 maybe. Then North St. Paul for St. Thomas Academy, and then South St. Paul. I don't think North St. Paul will give St. Thomas Academy much, but I don't know, North St. Paul ain't that bad. I watched them, they're okay, they can do it. Oh, and a strip!
Ball.
And it goes right back to a Cadet on the completed pass there to Andrew Peterson. He was going for a first down, and somebody just came and took the ball away. And the man who made the recovery for the Cadets is now laying on his back, injured. Here's the replay. Catch, go for a first down, stripped. Unfortunately, right into the man who recovered it. He might have landed right on the ball in his stomach. And there was the 57, Jack Lee, the junior, 6'5", 250, big boy. He doesn't look 250 either. Why do these guys, unless that's all muscle, man. He looks big, but 250's pretty big boy. I don't know. I just need to get down in the field and stand next to these guys. Now 79 down there. For Mahtomedi, he looks like he's 250. That'd be Jackson DeBruzzi, 6'3", 268 for the Zephyrs. So he actually does look it. He's big. Well, what do we have here? After all the fumbling, we have a second down and 4 to go from the Cadet 41. 10:45 to go in the fourth quarter. 2 men in the backfield split, 1 in motion, he's going left. Handoff to the tailback up the middle. He needed 4, it looks like he got about 2.
The Mahtomedi defense all night long has been really good about playing tough up the middle. St. Thomas going to hurry up here.
And Herbeck had that last run, and this run that was quick might not have got there. It's pretty darn close. Looks like they're saying he got it. Matzo, that was a quick play.
Yeah, great job by the Zephyr defense there to adjust to that quick play. St. Thomas kind of got up to the line. I don't think they really were expecting that. Good job sniffing it out, but we only need a yard.
Yeah, and he barely got it, but he did. 1st and 10 for the Cadets from their own 45-yard line. They're going strong right now. 1 man in the backfield. Man in motion. They hand off to the man in motion. He's going to cut right. 5 yards. 6-7, and then tackled ferociously. And Carter Vanasek, good run.
Lucas Buller there. That was another big hit.
Yeah, it's these guys. They exposed their midsections for lots of nice jarring tackles, both teams. Not going to have a long career after high school doing that. College football players will really make you feel the pain. 2nd and 4. Pass. Fears with a bullet bomb. And it was
great
almost
coverage.
picked off. Good, strong safety work there by the Zephyrs. Number 24, Zach Taylor, the junior, 5'9", 145. That was a beautiful looking pass.
That was a beautiful pass, but Zach Taylor was with him every step of the way. That's how you want to see a defensive back play the ball. He's got his head turned. He's watching the ball the whole time, not watching the receiver. and he puts himself in great position to just get up there and knock it down.
Jalen Patterson, the intended receiver, actually had to play defense there and knock it off. That pass was into the wind, by the way, and it's about a 45, 50-yard pass in the air. And it was tight. Nice pass. Timeout. 9:20 remaining. And it looks like it was a Zephyr timeout. You can afford to use them, I guess, if you're the Zephyrs right now. You don't cherish them as much.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is the time where you want to make sure that you have your right personnel on the field. You've got the right call in there. You know, if St. Thomas comes out there with different personnel and you see something as a coach, it's a good time to stop it and make sure everybody's on the same page because you don't want to give up a big play.
Oh, that was pretty interesting. I every week I do a game or whatever. I always come away impressed by certain athletes, and honestly, I'm pretty impressed by Ben Fears. He creates excitement. He knows what he's doing. He's got a good game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a quarterback who he can run it himself, and he can actually throw very accurately and very efficiently, and that's not something you see out of a lot of high school quarterbacks.
Look at this formation. Shotgun, 3 to the right, receivers 1 to the left, and Fears is just going to keep it and try to run for that first down on 3rd and 4. He's going to be short. We're bringing up a 4th down and short here at just past midfield into Mahtomedi territories, 46-yard line. It'd be 4th and 2. Yeah, Cadets have to make it here.
Yeah, huge 4th down coming up here. Mahtomedi's been pretty good in this situation so far tonight.
2 receivers right, and they go right. And the pass was
broken
low
up
and incomplete. And the Zephyrs are excited, chest bumping all over the field as they exchange offensive and defensive teammates. And honestly, that was a pretty good play, just thrown maybe a little too low.
Yeah, and that Zach Taylor, again, getting in there, breaking up the pass. Good coverage, and it was a good play. Ball's thrown low. It's kind of got to be thrown low into that situation because you don't want the receiver to jump the route. But Zach Taylor gets in there, gets a hand on it, and now it's Mahtomedi ball. And this is a time where I think we're going to see a lot of Jackson Hall.
Yeah, time wasted is what they're going to do. And here's the play on I formation. Looks like a handoff to the fullback up the middle. Through a bunch of players. It's about 3 yards. Well, we're right at midfield. 3-yard gain there. On the run for the fullback up the middle. Ball in the 50. 2nd and 7. Time ticking down. Just over 8 minutes. And boy, they would like a fumble on St. Thomas's side right now. Showing blitz. But it's picked up and a pitch out to Hull. Hull has a 1st down. That's not good for the Cadets as he's inside the 40 at the 39-yard line of St. Thomas Academy. And now some more time wasting can happen.
Huge 1st down there. Mahtomedi last week against South St. Paul, and now this week they're playing against St. Thomas. Really tough part of their schedule. These 2 consecutive weeks upcoming here, you see they've got Tartan too.
Yeah,
Tartan currently 4-0, as we talked about earlier, down to South St. Paul right now.
Hillmurray's not a joke. They're pretty good. All right, 1st and 10 Zephyrs, 38-yard line. Here's
Beautiful
a run.
Play.
Left side, fullback. And another 1st down for Seidel.
Great play there. If you see Colin Campbell quick fakes the pitch to Jackson Hall. That gets the defense to just hesitate for that brief second, and then Seidel's got the running room right up the gut. All you got to do is kind of make them hesitate for a second and pause, and your offensive line isn't going to stop, so when they stop, you're going to get a lot of blocks.
You actually deciphered everything about that play well. It was great to fake the pitch to a man who's hot, send it up the middle, 1st down. Good job, good play, good design. Here's a handoff. Hull has the 1st down, and he might have no. Going for the end zone. He was just being pulled. His shirt was being pulled. Another cadet injured on the field, and another Zephyr play that gets into the red zone, and they are threatening again. What did you like about that play?
I liked everything. great downfield blocking, great aggressive running by Jackson Hall. And I think the difference that we're seeing so far tonight is the physicalness of this football game. Mahtomedi has just been more physical than St. Thomas, and they've been able to kind of push them around the field.
First and goal from the 2-yard line. Hull is over 200 yards rushing now. And they're going to hand off to Hull. And he's got his second touchdown of the game. So 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns and a big, big score for the Zephyrs to go 3 scores ahead now with little time left.
Yeah, and that's what everybody here at Homecoming wants to see. You go up by 3 scores against your rival. A lot of happy fans at this time.
And Johnson's going to attempt this extra point to go up 35-13 if he hits it. It's another good one. Johnson's a pretty good athlete. 35-13. Boy, let's just go over some of the scores here in this game. Hull got it started in the first quarter. The score after one quarter was 6-0 on the 1-yard TD run by Jackson Hall. Then Derek Johnson, the man who just kicked the extra point, caught a beautiful 13-yard TD pass to go up 13-0. And then Kellen Campbell scrambled for 2 yards to go up 19-0, but then they got the 2-point conversion to go to 21-0. That was it. That was a score at halftime. And now in the second half, St. Thomas Academy came out just ready. They scored on a Matzo 34-yard TD run. Then Herbeck had a 2-yard TD run. And then it's been the Zephyrs since that point, after St. Thomas Academy came back, because it's just been 1-yard TD run and another 1-yard TD run by Mahtomedi, who's dominated the running game. On the kickoff, here comes the Cadets upfield past the 30-yard line for Abbott.
No, just under 7 minutes left. I think that we're going to have to see the St. Thomas passing game. You think you kind of got to go to the air here, down 3 scores.
Yeah, those other 2 TDs for Mahtomedi in this quarter has been Kellen Campbell, another 1-yard TD run to go up 27-13, and then Hull, Jackson Hull just scored again from the 2-yard line. So Campbell and Hull have 2 TDs apiece. And here's a pitch flag on the play, and close to a first down is Carter Vanasek.
I'm wondering if we're not going to get an illegal formation.
6:35 remaining, fourth quarter, flag. Referee's discussing.
Yeah, as you mentioned, St. Thomas came out in the second half, and it looked like this was going to be, the tale of 2 halves. And Mahtomedi just hung in there, played tough, and, they've been able to capitalize on some pretty good field position. And just like that, they're up 3 scores, and now St. Thomas is kind of under the gun here to get something done on this drive.
This might be their first conference loss. It's looking like it's going to be. And, you could see these 2 teams in the sections or whatever, meeting up, state tournament, whatever. They probably will. But South St. Paul might have something to say about that. As Fears drops back on the pass, almost intercepted by the Zephyrs, number 27, Matt Herring.
Those are the errant throws you dream of as a defensive back. But I think it kind of surprised Herring there. I don't think he even knew it was coming until it was in his hands.
And Fears really has been the whole second half quarterback for St. Thomas Academy. As he's in shotgun, drops back on the 2nd and 10 from the 44. Completion made past midfield into Zephyr territory. Nice catch there by number 81, big Andrew Malebin.
Yeah, and I think that if I'm Ben Fears, that's the guy I'm going to kind of work on in this second half. He's just, you can just see him out there. He's so much larger than anybody else.
He's 6'5". He's got the raw size, and he's made some great catches. He's going to split out Malebin way far right with 3 receivers on the right side, 1 to the left. And this time Fear's going to keep it. He's going to scoot to the right. He's got 5-6. He's going up towards the first down. He gets the first down, runs out of bounds, stopping the clock. And maybe St. Thomas Academy can get another score, and they might even try onside kicking at this point if they were to score. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Or did they ban that in high school now? I'm not quite sure about the rule change.
Pretty sure it's still allowed.
Well, they're talking about banning it for like NFL games. I mean, how? Why? It's part of the game. It's actually pretty exciting stuff. 1st and 10 for St. Thomas Academy from the Mahtomedi 32. It's a shotgun, drop back pass, completion made. Not quite a first down, but Abbott's fighting for it. I don't think he's going to be short.
Yeah, Abbott wrestled down there by a gang of Zephyrs. He knew where the marker was, and he was doing everything in his power to stretch for it, but the Mahtomedi defense just would not allow him to get across that marker.
Jacob Abbott doing a good job. And now it's a quick to the line are the cadets. And we'll have a whistle. Timeout. Mahtomedi again. Maybe they didn't have the right defensive personnel. And that'll be another timeout for the Zephyrs. They'll be down to 1. And St. Thomas Academy has all 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, I like the timeout in this situation, though. I really do. I think you got to get out there and you have to make sure everybody knows who they've got, what they're doing. 'Cause it's a big spot. I mean, you stop the cadets here, this ball game's basically over.
Oh, it will be over. If St. Thomas does not score here, they have to score here. And even if they were to score, they still have to do it 2 more times in a span of probably 5 minutes or less.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle any way you look at it. Touchdown, if they score a touchdown here. But you fight, you play to the last whistle.
Yeah. Looking down on the Mahtomedi sideline in front of us, number 75 is a big boy too, Troy Zajac. They got some big kids that are always coming through here, but not as big as Stillwater usually. That's just a way bigger high school. Fears, pass complete. First down, and Patterson is going to get inside the 10-yard line. Got to hurry up the offense. Jalen Patterson is having a quiet, good game.
Yeah, Fears just rolls out here. You can see he's kind of directing traffic, pointing to his man. He knew where he wanted to go with it, and he just held onto the football long enough for Patterson to get open. Nice completion for the Cadets.
1st and goal from the 8. Looking to the middle. Pass almost. Well, no, it hit the ground, they say, but that had to go through 3 different Zephyrs to get to the target.
Lucas Buller there had a chance to put the nail in the coffin in this game. Just couldn't quite reel it in, though.
Not much time wasted there, so it's 2nd and 8. 2nd and goal from the 8. 5:02 remains, 4th quarter. 35-13. Zephyrs leading. Cadets in shotgun formation again. Man going left, and the quarterback's going to keep it. Fears is going to get sacked. He didn't have anywhere to go. They telegraphed that every player for the St. Thomas offense basically went left. No deception at all. Quarterback keeper, they've tried that play quite a bit. They've had a little success.
Yeah, I think Mahtomedi saw something on that. I think they knew it was coming because you could see both ends. They were outside containment. They were not giving anything around the edge.
3rd and goal from the 15. Pass right flat. Complete, but not for very many yards, maybe about 5. And it's going to bring up a long 4th down now.
That's Zach Taylor again, and he's come up huge in the secondary. And I'm impressed with the fundamental tackling of Mahtomedi. They're gonna gladly give St. Thomas those passes underneath because they're gonna stick them right away.
Yeah, that's something the Vikings would do right there. 3rd and goal with 15 yards. Do that 5-yard little out pass. You got to go to the end zone at this point, and they're gonna. And Fears has his man, but I don't know. He stretched.
He got it.
He stretched. Touchdown, Cadets. Looked like he didn't have much of a chance, but that man had long arms. Far side of the field.
Huge play.
Andrew Malebin again.
Here's a look at that replay.
But the completion short of the goal line, and there's tacklers all over him.
Yeah, that looks like a generous call. I believe a knee was down before the stretch, but no reviews. in high school football.
Smith going for
So the
extra
Cadets
point.
stay alive.
Ooh, almost blocked, but it's up and good. So, 35-20. And, you know, if there were ratings for high school games on, you know, on Location TV 19 and Town Square Television, that would be a good thing for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we don't care about ratings that much here.
Here's a look at that touchdown again. It looks like right there, the knees down. Yeah, knees down well before he stretches across the goal line.
At least the presence of mind, though, to give it every chance he had to make the call confusing. Yeah, still down by 15 are the Cadets with 3:51 remaining. And this is what I was wondering, is there going to be an onside type of kick here? Kind of a weird formation here on the kickoff, if it's going to be an onsider. It's not. It's going to be a low bouncer that goes to the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 for Mahtomedi from their own 20. And St. Thomas Academy said, let's play some defense here. And then we'll worry about that.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. You've got all 3 timeouts. You get 3 quick stops. You go down and score again. I guess that's the time that you really worry about the onside kick, that being the lowest probability of success. So save it for last. I'm sure that same thing with that 2-point conversion that they'll need at some point in time. Probably save that for your last drive.
So you know that Mahtomedi, they want to run it and run the clock down, but they also want to get a first down more than anything. Desperately want a first down. So Campbell will have 2 men in the backfield. He's going to fake the pitch to the tailback, hand it off to the fullback. That's a thing they've been doing all night. And a good 7-8 yard gain. And that was Seidel once again on the run. Looking for volunteers. Both Town Square Television and On Location TV 19. You know, always interesting. It's good for your resume if you're going to college or you're still in high school, or if you have some off time, retired. You want to do some cameraman work in the truck with graphics, to do some play-by-play, some color. That's your dream. We can make it happen for you. Just check out On Location TV 19 and make a note of that, please. It's good stuff. We have a lot of loyal volunteers on Location TV 19 side, I know. What about you?
Yeah, Town Square Television, a lot of great volunteers. Everybody working the cameras.
I just want to give a special shout out right now to Judy Sky Voss. She's one of the big cheeses at On Location TV 19 and other stations around. She has her own show, and she's a great lady. 3rd and 2 for the Zephyrs from their own 28. We are in a timeout here for St. Thomas Academy. First one of theirs used. What high school did you go to, Brian?
Rosemount High School.
Oh, the Irish.
The Irish, yeah. Rosemount was a lot smaller than it is now. They were a much bigger school, much better athletics these days. Yeah, back when I went to high school, it was kind of got bullied around by all the larger schools in the conference.
Yeah, I know, I remember. But yeah, Rosemount is a lot better now in sports, and it's a really great community. Do a lot of catering down there at the Rosemount Community Center and Armory. Here's a big play for St. Thomas Academy for sure. 3rd and 2, and it looks like it's going to be a keeper by Campbell. I think he got it.
Great second effort.
That might have been the game right there.
And that's good for a first down. St. Thomas brought the linebackers up onto the line, doing everything they could to stop it, but Mahtomedi, kind of the story all night, their offensive line just got such a good push up front.
Yeah, and the clock is ticking. St. Thomas not even going to use one of their last 2 timeouts yet. They'd like to see a big stop or a turnover here. Campbell pitches out. Hall, he gets tackled and stays in bounds. On Location TV 19, proud to bring back Sports Path. It's a show that highlights and recaps a lot of the sports we do here on Location TV 19 with the 5 schools we cover. Mahtomedi, Hill Murray, North St. Paul, and also Tartan and White Bear Lake. So we get a little Suburban East action and a lot of classic Suburban action. Lots of sports coming up all throughout the year. Lots of winter sports getting set to have their practices get going. Hockey and basketball and my favorite, swimming. I once did play-by-play for swimming at
how does that
Maplewood.
work?
Well, it was Maplewood Junior High for Tartan, I believe. And
okay.
Maybe St. Thomas Academy. I think St. Thomas Academy had a pretty good team. It's real hard. I mean, there's like 12 lanes in the pool, and you really don't know. The diving part of it was excellent. That was fun.
I think the most challenging that I've done was hockey. You do any hockey?
Oh, yeah, so much hockey.
Too many line changes. Just when you get to know people, you get 5 new people out there.
Yeah, it is tougher. 2nd and 12 from the 29, Mahtomedi, clock at 1:33. And this is going to be a run for a first down by a gritty running back. Once again, Seidel. And he's been a little undercover hero tonight. Calvin Seidel for the Zephyrs.
And that's kind of the exclamation point on the day, that first down. Mahtomedi all night long has really had no difficulty running the football on this St. Thomas defense.
Absolutely, just over a minute remaining, and now you can go to one knee, basically. You'll be seeing highlights of this game on Sports Path. And another handoff, looks like Seidel, and he gets another couple of yards. He might be up towards 100 yards at this point. We know that Hull did go over 200 yards. So we're wrapping up our last few plays here. It's been a really good game here. All right, just under 40 seconds remaining. We're going to try to get an interview with some of the victorious players. 35-20 is going to be the final score. And there, that should do it. Tartan is losing to South St. Paul. Pretty big is our last update, so it looks like South St. Paul is going to win. And the Packers will be happy, as well as the Zephyrs on homecoming night. The time is ticking off the clock, and the Zephyr crowd is ready to go out and have a great time tonight in Mahtomedi because they beat their biggest rival, the St. Thomas Academy Cadets. And Brian Getzky, I enjoyed working with you. What are your thoughts on this game before we head out?
Yeah, well, first it was great to work with you too, and like we kind of talked about earlier, I think that Mahtomedi was just so much more physical in this football game, and that played into them being able to control the football. I think we have to give a lot of credit to the Mahtomedi offensive line too. Anytime you see 2 backs, Seidel and Hull, run the ball as effectively as they have, you've got to give a lot of credit to those guys up front who are moving people out of the way and making those runs possible.
All right, yeah, now I'll give Hull the star of the game, actually. He was quite exciting. Well, 35-20 is your final score. The Mahtomedi Zephyrs win, and the St. Thomas Academy Cadets suffer their first loss in the Classic Suburban Conference. Johnny Kane and Brian Getzky wrapping it up. And thanks for watching, everybody, on Location TV 19 and Town Square Television.